Do you ever feel like environmental compliance is one big alphabet soup? SPCC, SWPPP, PM10, NPDES, on and on it goes. And just when you think you've got it all covered, another acronym sneaks in. But there's one that catches a lot of concrete producers off guard, and ignoring it could cost you big. We're talking about TRI reporting, or toxic release inventory reporting. Some plants spend time and money filing when they don't need to, and others skip it entirely, not realizing they should have filed at all. And because that regulation around this annual reporting requirement can be tricky to get through, it's extremely easy to get this reporting wrong. So, does your concrete plant have to file a TRI report? Let's talk about it. Hey there, Chris Ruhlin here from RMA, your environmental experts. We work with concrete producers across the country to simplify environmental compliance, whether you're a high volume ready mix producer, a specialty precast operation, or anything in between. When it comes to concrete, we have seen it all. And if you're not sure what any of this means, how to do TRI reporting, or just don't want to go it alone, reach out. That's what we're here for. Okay, here's the short version of what TRI reporting is all about for the concrete industry. As a quick history lesson, the TRI, or Toxic Release Inventory Program, was created under the Emergency Planning and Community Right to Know Act, or EPCRA. Its goal is simple: transparency. The EPA wants the public to know what potentially toxic chemicals are being used or released in their communities. If your facility meets certain criteria, you're required to report how much of each listed TRI chemical you manufacture, process, or otherwise use each year as part of the TRI program. That data goes into a public database that anybody can access: regulators, competitors, and yes, even your neighbors. So it's not a fill out and forget it kind of form, it's a high visibility disclosure with real and often very valuable information. One of the primary triggers for TRI is your NAICS code. Are you a covered industry or not? And yes, concrete plants are covered industries. Precast, ready mix, doesn't matter, you're covered. The next two triggers aren't as simple. If you've got 10 or more full-time employees, and if you use or process listed chemicals above certain thresholds, you have to file. Here's where most producers get caught off guard. You might think, we don't use any toxic chemicals, but many common materials in concrete production contain TRI-listed substances. Things like nitrate compounds, chromium, lead, formaldehyde, and other metals are found in cement, non-chloride accelerators, curing compounds, and the list goes on. For most chemicals, the threshold is 25,000 pounds if you manufacture or process it, or 10,000 pounds if you otherwise use it. But for certain persistent or highly toxic substances like lead or mercury, the threshold drops to as little as 100 pounds per year. Once you start looking at production numbers, that means even trace metals in your cement can push you over the reporting limit. And if you're thinking the EPA will go easy on honest mistakes, they usually don't. Not with EPCRA violations. Specifically, violations under the TRI program can reach over $64,000 per day per violation. Just like any other law, ignorance is not an excuse, and guessing isn't a strategy. Imagine if you made up numbers on your taxes or decided, I'm not filing my taxes this year. Ignoring TRI is essentially doing the same thing. That's why we built a process that removes the guesswork when it comes to TRI reporting at concrete plants. Our experienced staff audits your operations, processes, and materials, calculates your usage, and documents your TRI status, and then handles the reporting if or when required. So, does your concrete plant need to do TRI reporting? Well, it depends, and it's absolutely worth figuring out where you stand. And if you're not sure how to do that, give us a call. We're here to help. Reach out to us today at RMA. It's faster and cheaper to get into compliance and a lot less stressful than trying to talk your way out of a potentially expensive violation.